The all-new 2025 Nissan Armada Pro 4X provides freedom. Freedom to explore, to go wherever you want, with your whole crew and all your toys. With a twin-turbo V6 engine, 8,500 pounds of towing capacity, and seating for 8, this unshakable fortress of a vehicle is built to take you on your next adventure. Drive the all-new 2025 Nissan Armada today. Learn more at nissanusa.com. Intelligent four-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Hey everyone, I'm your host Dani, and I'm the first-time reader going through this series chapter by chapter. As always, there's no spoilers past the chapter we're covering, and that means it's totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host Brett, who's a longtime fan, and he's guiding me on this journey. We'd like to thank and acknowledge our executive producers, Brandy and Kirkwood, Sean McGuire, Yanis, LightBlindedFool, Green Man, Margaret, Big C, Bennett Williamson, Hannah Green, Noralia, Geof Searles, Erik Reed, Greysin Ishara, Ashlee Bradley, Helena Jacobsen, Matthew Mendoza, and Cyndi. And before we get into things today, we just want to thank and welcome Jennifer Jacobs and Marina Brindley to the Wheel Weaves Patreon team. Thank you so much for your generosity and your support. We really, truly appreciate it and couldn't do this without you. In this episode, we're talking about Chapter 38 of Towers of Midnight.
Yeah, Chapter 38 is Wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how about that thrilling conclusion?
So many wounds.
Yeah, and there's like lots of, there's some good stuff, there's some less good stuff.
Ugh, so good.
Yeah.
And sad.
Yeah.
And good. And
Mm-hmm.
sad.
Mm-hmm.
And confused.
Okay.
And good.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so before we get into it, I figured that we should do a wolf-filled fun fact today.
Why not?
For Hopper.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I feel like we already mourned this guy once.
Yeah, but
I
did we
knew
though?
this was coming. I told you.
You said some things about it.
I did, yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about
I
it.
get some gold stars.
We'll talk about it when we get there.
Only some, though.
Yeah. So this is like real wolf facts.
Oh, just real wolves.
Like from the internet. So I'm pretty sure they're 100% accurate too.
Of course.
Okay, so first off, typically wolves weigh around 40 kilograms up to a max around 80 kilograms, which is like 175 pounds.
Okay.
So they can be pretty big. The Alaskan wolf seems to be the biggest type of wolf.
Okay.
Because the farther from the equator you are, the heavier the wolves are.
Gotta stay warm.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, now wolves aren't known for their speed, but they can run up to 40 miles per hour, which is about 60 to 70 kilometers per hour.
Sure.
They hunt in packs from 2 to 20, and they can maintain a fast pursuit for over 20 minutes.
Whoa, that's endurance.
Yeah, so we know that they were chasing Slayer for at least approximately 20 minutes.
So when you said wolf-filled, you're just giving me straight wolf facts.
Wolf facts, here we go.
Okay.
They can live up to 13 years old, with the average lifespan being 6 to 8 years, but longer in captivity.
Wait, they can live up to 13 years old?
Mm-hmm.
I knew they were tied to the Darkwood.
Yeah, there you go. And apparently wolves can hear up to 6 miles away in the forest or 10 miles in the open, which is better than domestic dogs.
Okay. Now,
here's one of the best fun facts. The oldest wolf in the world was a Canadian wolf named Madad, M-A-D-A-D-H, who was rescued as a pup. How old do you think that wolf got to?
15.
Older than that.
20.
Not that old.
17.
Higher than that.
18.
One more.
19.
There you go.
Oh
amazing. Okay, go Canada.
Okay.
All right. And the most fun fact, wolves can leap 5 meters or 16 feet horizontally in a single bound, and they're known to jump fences over 10 feet high, and apparently they can also figure out how to get over fences up to 20 feet high.
So it really is like they are
hoppers.
Boundless.
Ah, there you go, too. That works, too.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, wolf facts.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Thanks for that.
Well, I wanted to figure out how high they can jump, and I was like, I can't only lead with that piece of information.
You're right. That would have been a bad fun fact.
Yeah, I had to, pump it up a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Now, Chapter 38, is called Wounds, and our chapter symbol is the Forsaken.
Mm-hmm. You got what you wanted.
Some
which is
Forsaken.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Did I actually get what I wanted, though? No.
Okay. Maybe.
Nope.
Okay.
No, I did not. The people know. They know I didn't get what I wanted.
Yeah, okay.
We still don't have Masana's identity.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I
That
forgot.
really, that drives me nuts.
Yeah.
I'm so annoyed.
But, like, we're close. We have to be close, right?
I'm just so skeptical about whether or not
They just got to go find the person in the real world now who, you know.
drools at the mouth.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay.
All right. Well, we are going to start in Egwene's perspective, and we hop all around in this chapter.
Quite a few perspective
Pun
changes.
intended.
Yeah.
You know, Hopper.
Oh, yeah, I get that. I got it.
Now, we're back into the action right where we left off with Egwene's fight, basically. There's fire and explosions all over the place, and she sees some Black Aja sisters down the hallway.
Yeah, which is important because one of them is Evangeline, who's the one from last chapter, who she thought, like...
I think it's Evangeline.
Evangeline? I don't know. Evangeline? Yeah.
Somebody
Evanescence.
was like, you really butchered that.
It's crazy.
And then so I made note of it in the audiobook.
Evangeline?
Evangeline.
Evangeline. That's fine, too. Okay, anyways, it doesn't matter.
Evangeline.
Evangeline? I don't know how you were saying
You
it.
said Evangeline.
Evangeline. Okay.
Evangeline.
Sure. She's dead now. We never have to say her name again because she wasn't dead last chapter because Egwene could have killed her, but that didn't. But then she gets her here.
Yeah, good.
So good. Dead now. See you never. Evangeline.
Nope.
Evangeline. Evangeline.
Yeah.
There you go.
But some other women get away.
Yeah.
So we gotta go fight them.
Yeah, she doesn't get all of them, so.
Now, Egwene feels channeling from behind her. She throws herself down to dodge a blast. And, oh my gosh, it's Masana.
Right.
Here it
so
is, black swirling all around.
we can talk about this now because it's going to happen like another paragraph where we find out the real identity of this Masana. But it seems, and this is the problem with this, is there's a lot of like jumping in time.
There's a lot of problems.
Well, yeah, it's
in
just,
my opinion, with this.
It's just the jumping of the time of we don't know when things are happening. So it seems like the weave that the real Masana put on Katarina
was this.
The
illusion.
Exactly. So it makes sense after we know.
So whoever it was that Perrin and Egwene tag team murdered,
right,
was not Katarina
Yeah.
or Masana.
It doesn't seem that way, no. Yeah.
Just some other chick with raven hair.
I mean, it's a pretty common hair color, right?
It is.
It's just why are we using those words to describe it, you know? Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of like if anyone is ever described with rosebud lips, it's Leandrin.
Right. Except
Whatever
for that other
that
time,
means.
that one time when that one other person had rosebud lips too.
Oh, but not braids too, though.
Yeah, no,
You know?
no.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, okay.
No.
No, okay. Anyways, this is the fake Masana. It's not
Okay.
real Masana, but Egwene thinks that it is real Masana, and she doesn't want to face her one-on-one. She's got to try to take her by surprise, so she sends herself away.
Oh, yeah, because she remembers the wise one's words about being too predictable.
Yeah.
So she's going to try to not be predictable.
Exactly.
And she thinks to herself about how Perrin actually was pretty good in this place, and that's weird.
Well, it's kind of funny, too, because she's
How
like...
did he do all those things?
It's not so surprising at the things that he did, more so that it was Perrin who was the one doing it.
Yeah, and competently. Like, he knew what he was doing.
She didn't expect that, which I guess is fair.
And she takes it as a learning lesson.
Yeah, which is good, I think.
Egwene has the ultimate growth mindset, I think. Because
okay.
No, listen.
That's a strong, okay, that's a strong opinion.
Okay, maybe not ultimate. She has a growth mindset.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Anytime she's surprised, she's going to learn from her mistakes. Or at least she's going to say out loud, I'm going to learn from my mistakes.
And that's the first step towards learning.
It honestly is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when she does fight Katarina, and then later on someone else who might be Masana, she uses the things that Perrin said to be better at this fight, which I'm going to talk about when we get there.
Okay.
But I think that she does.
Yeah.
Learn from her mistakes and from others around her.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's good.
Yeah, that's a good point. I want to call out something that she thinks, doesn't so much say it, but she thinks about it.
Okay.
So, and not related to the whole learning from our mistakes thing. So she thinks that Saren, who did a bunch of research about Masana, ends up being correct. Because she thinks despite the open battle, Masana didn't flee or hide like Moghedien.
Moghedien woulda.
So maybe she's confident. But here's the thing. She is hiding. Masana is hiding.
Yeah.
She's hiding in like below the basements. She's not out in the open. So is Saren's research just like incorrect?
Well,
or
no,
like what
I
happened
just
here?
think anyone compared to Moghedian.
That's okay.
Like, she didn't flee.
Everyone's brave compared.
Everybody
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Especially, like, she, even though isn't in the middle of this battle, she hasn't run from the battle.
That's fair.
She's still here in the White Tower.
That is true.
And she's still prepared to face Egwene herself if she needs to.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just, Egwene
She's
isn't
not
surprised.
running away,
Yeah.
period,
Yeah.
like Moghedian.
And when she sees Missana, like, literally here, even though it's not her, she does think, like, okay, that's why she wants to be here in the middle of it. So,
Sure.
Okay, just wanted to point that out.
Okay, so Egwene is going to send herself off at this point because she's like, I'm going to surprise attack Missana.
Right.
But she does catch a glimpse of somebody familiar.
Who shouldn't be here right now.
It's Nicola.
It's Nicola. She figures she must have got a dream triangle from some of the sisters who woke up, but she's very specifically not supposed to be here right now.
Yeah, I think that she's been a Black Aja.
Really?
I think she's been recruited.
Okay, because the whole...
Nicola's very impressionable.
That's true, and she really wants to learn fast.
Yeah.
And I bet that the
Yes.
Black Aja would for sure
Yeah.
make promises. Like,
Yeah, I think she's here with the Black Aja.
okay.
Yeah.
That, like, okay. But
I don't think there's literally a single reason for her to be here unless she's Black Aja.
what about just, coming to help?
No.
The goodness of her heart.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
She gets toasted.
Oh, yeah.
We
So
believe-
we'll
and you
never
believe-
actually know.
Okay.
But I'm always going to firmly be on the side
Yeah.
that she's definitely Black Aja.
She's done a lot of things that are super questionable
And
forever.
whether or not
Yeah.
she has always been that way
Yeah.
or she's just recently turned, it doesn't actually matter very much
Yeah.
because she was never very good.
Yeah.
I mean, she did, like, she had some stuff, but then...
Mm-hmm. Mostly it's just like the blackmail and the,
Right.
Yeah.
She could have been Dark Friend all along. Or just maybe dumb.
That too.
Nah, I'm going with all along.
Okay. That's fair. I'm not gonna... It doesn't matter.
I am firmly now 100% believing
Okay.
Nicola is a Dark Friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. So Egwene is going to jump over to send her away, but then the ground explodes and she gets tossed in the air and then head wound and she's dead by the time Egwene gets there. So
and Gwen's
bye,
like, oh,
Nicola.
I couldn't save her. And
Okay,
I'm like,
pour
you know
one out
what?
for her.
That's okay.
we're not
Either
distraught.
way, it's fine.
Okay. So I love this part next because Mullane comes over to Egwene now and she's like, you got to get out of here. It's not safe.
I don't
Things
think
are going very
she
badly.
comes over to her. I think she, like, amplifies her voice and is like, yo, Egwene, get out of here.
Time to leave.
That's what it felt like. I don't know.
Okay, regardless, but Egwene doesn't even respond.
Yeah.
She doesn't say anything.
She's like, I'm not going anywhere.
She's not going anywhere. That's not even on,
and
like,
then
not on the
she
table here.
sees Elviarin and Ramala.
Yeah, Ramalama Ding Dong.
Ramalama.
Yeah, and they're doing a cool back-to-back thing.
Blowing stuff up.
Yep.
And Egwene is about to jump over to them. And then she thinks, wait a minute, this must be bait.
Right. Because
So-
she's being so predictable.
Yeah, ooh, no.
Not going to fall for it
Not
again.
going to do it.
Right. So Egwene jumps over to like a different area where she can still see what they're doing, but where she can see where she was supposed to pop up, basically, to get the upper hand. And then she's right, because Missana appears and then looks surprised
In her,
when
like,
Egwene...
swirling black
Yeah.
cloth around her.
Because Egwene's not where she was supposed to be or expected to be.
Yeah.
And now she gets the jump on Missana, the fake Missana, not the real Missana.
Yeah. But then this is where Egwene is going to show off her learning skills.
Right, with the Perrin learning
With the
thing.
Perrin learning thing. Because
Okay.
she thinks to herself that Missana's weaves will miss her, and she knows it for certain because they're just weaves.
Yeah, so this is a big part of Tel'aran'rhiod, and okay, I want to talk about this for a second because we never really get this many huge fight sequences in Tel'aran'rhiod with different like power levels of people doing stuff. So Egwene at one point thinks Bear can't channel, but she's doing like Bear the Wise One. She can't channel, but she's doing really good in Tel'aran'rhiod. Like she's got so much control. So Egwene thinks that she can't rely on weaves so much, which is why she does the bending thing also.
Yeah.
But Egwene believes that there are some things that weaves are better at doing, like blowing up a wall.
This is
the thing.
Easier for Egwene to use weaves to blow out a wall.
So that's what she thinks.
Than to imagine the wall is blown out.
But that's what she thinks. But
Yeah.
the question becomes, is it just because Egwene knows that a weave will work?
Yes.
And her strength in that belief is so
Yes.
strong that of course it's going to work better than not using a weave.
Well, and she's much less practiced at believing that things are just the way they are when they're different from how they are.
Right.
And so even her being able to bend this weave around her is a relatively new skill
Oh,
For
very
her.
new.
Yeah.
Like just today.
Just
Just now. Just a
second
second ago.
Mere moments ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So here's the other question. If Bear thought hard enough or believed she could Bear channel? Could she channel in Teleranriod if your belief was strong enough?
I would say potentially yes. Yeah.
But then how? But that's the question. Is like if you thought and believed it to be true so strongly, like I can channel in Teleranriod, it would be hard to explain to a non-channeler how channeling works.
Yeah,
right?
but-
Because that's kind of innate and it's
So
inside you.
here's the thing about me. I've never channeled.
Right.
And I can't do
Well,
magic.
well.
However,
Sucker. Yeah.
if I just made up in my head what it probably feels like
To channel. Could she make weaves of stuff?
could I
things?
just make it up?
Probably.
I would say yeah.
Okay, I love that answer. That's great.
I think so.
Like, why couldn't she imagine her making actual weaves?
She could, but the problem is that's a very challenging thing to just make up that you
Right.
can do.
Right.
Whereas, like,
My weaves would be laser beams all the time. No.
yeah, mine would just be like, pass me the remote over there so I don't have to get up.
You don't need a remote. You can just change
Whoa!
the TV channels with your
Whoa!
mind.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. And anything you want.
Infinite possibilities.
Anything you want is on TV. Amazing.
Wow.
Okay. Anyways, that's side note there. So
Okay.
let's
No,
continue.
I think yeah, but also probably there are limitations of the imagination.
Only if you have a dumb imagination.
You're right. Yes,
Right, okay.
yeah. I bet children would be excellent in Teleranriad.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Such good imaginations.
And horrifying.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Masana appears. She does the whole attack thing, bends the weaves around her. Egwene, good job. And then Egwene is going to attack back.
With a spear.
With an Aiel spear.
Yeah.
And she throws it and doesn't let Masana put up a wall of air to block it.
Yeah.
She knows that the spear's going through, and it sticks her right in the neck.
Yeah, and then I was like, whoa.
Easy.
Egwene is so good.
Yeah.
She's so much better than this Forsaken in the Dream World. Weird.
So much better.
Nope.
Turns
Turns
out
out she's just better than Katarina.
yeah, who's had no formal training.
And good. Goodbye, Katarina.
Right? Isn't that so nice?
She's the worst.
Just,
Except I kind of want Rand to have that, you know? But-
yeah, I get that too.
Yeah.
Does it help that I was with a Aiel spear
Yes.
in the neck? That makes
Sure.
it better?
Yeah.
Okay.
It does. And she's gone, so that's good.
Yeah.
That helps us.
Yeah. So she's gone now. We got to remember that she's now dead.
Yeah. So it was illusion all along.
Aha, exactly. So the issue now becomes Egwene realizes that this is in fact not the real Masana
Shoot.
because the real Masana is right behind her.
And Egwene feels something. Snap around her neck. It's the oldest trick in the book.
The oldest trick in the book.
Literally.
Literally how this, yeah.
It's literally from book 2.
Yeah.
It's
Is it book 2?
yeah.
Oh, well, Nynaeve and Elaine using the Adam and
that, but no, actually
Yeah.
actually using an Adam to trap people in the real world. We learn about that in book 2.
Egwene.
Specifically.
Specifically.
PTSD.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which comes back full force here.
Oh, yeah. We have done no healing and recovery. Well, I mean, okay. That's not true. I'll take that back.
We haven't done any active
Sure.
thinking about how to heal our brains.
Yeah.
Or
There's no time
anything
for
like
that.
that, or
The
haven't,
last
like,
battle approaches.
Haven't talked to anybody about our feelings that we have and stuff.
Don't need to.
But turns out now she has an Adam around her neck and she loses the source and she spins around full terror, full panic mode, and the real Masana, so we are led to believe by Egwene in unreliable narrator point of view
Right.
that this
Do
is...
you not think this is the real Masana?
I do, just because of the things she says later.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm skeptical here
In the moment.
this moment.
This is like second illusion.
Because how many
Yeah.
Masana illusions?
I would simply make all of them. Yeah.
Just like in Harry Potter.
Oh, no. No.
Instead of doing 7 Harry Potters, you know what I would do? 7 Rons. Like, why?
Yeah, why does
or
anybody
why
have to
would-
be...
Yeah, why do they all have to be Harry so that they're all attacked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so since we're going to do a Harry Potter shot,
Mm-hmm.
I also have to point out that we had someone message us about the Stupefy curse, because when Egwene shuts off Evanelian's brain, the one whose name I can't say good,
Yeah.
she stupefies her.
Evaneline.
Yeah, then at the last chapter.
Stupefy.
Stupefy. Make her think her brain doesn't work good. Much like my brain isn't working very much good right now, too.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so there you go. 2 for 1.
Okay. Double.
Yep.
I don't want that.
Well,
Okay, I'll
this
just...
is all we have.
Okay. super psyched.
Yeah, and by all we have, I meant like within reach
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not getting
of
up.
my hand.
Yeah. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers to stupefaction.
Oh, man. That's bad.
That's when they all turn into Harry Potter and they're zipping around on brooms, right?
Yeah. And all sorts of different ways to get around. Because they're trying to fool everybody, but it's not a good plan.
Sure. Okay. Anyways,
Now-
back to this.
It's actually not a very good reference because that actually doesn't happen here. There's only one Masana,
true.
but there could have been.
There could have been.
There could have been a bunch of Masanas.
Mm-hmm.
That actually probably would have been kind of smart
Yeah.
in this scenario.
Yeah. Or just put the black swirly stuff around everybody because like we don't know what Masana looks like.
No, we actually don't.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
yeah, that is
Egwene
that
doesn't.
is the Masana disguise, though.
Right.
Okay, so anyway, full trauma mode.
Yep. And a couple things happen because not only is she in terror and panicking, Masana then like zip-zaps them, teleports them to the little basement dungeon where there's no doors, no windows, and it's Masana and Alviarn is here too.
Ooh. And Alviarn is in full servant mode because when we last saw her, she was the keeper of the Chronicles and then got super demoted.
Oh yeah, a lot of stuff has
Did
happened.
such a bad job.
Did a bad job. Yeah. She's got to work her way back up to the
Yeah.
top at some point, hopefully. So Egwene's brain is going like, oh no, I'm trapped.
This is so bad. I
So
don't want to
bad.
be trapped again. I hate this.
Which is fair,
Mm-hmm.
but Masana needs to get some real critical information here.
So she tells Alviarn to give the orders to retreat, and Egwene is just thinking about how Nynaeve and Elaine trapped Moghedien here in this exact same way, and now she's going to be a captive, and she's going to be compelled, and things are going to be terrible.
And
the White Tower's going to be in the hands of Forsaken. This is just full-blown nightmare.
Yeah.
And side note, we get Masana telling us that it was Semirog who passed the Adam along for use.
Right. So this is for sure a nightmare. This is bad.
But when you say nightmare, like bad scenario.
This is the worst case scenario where
Because
the Amaryllis is trapped.
We actually have nightmares.
Okay, yeah. I
So
won't confuse that.
Yeah, because Egwene is using the term
Nightmare.
Like, this is a nightmare. Like, this is a disaster.
Yeah.
But
This is a
in
disaster.
a moment, we're about to go into somebody's legitimate real-life nightmare.
Okay, so this is a disaster.
It's a disaster.
And it is because you could have Egwene compelled to do whatever, sabotage whatever in the tower, and it is fully in the Forsaken's control. Like, that is a disaster.
But then, a little thought in Egwene's mind tells her, you are Aes Sedai.
Right. You are better than this.
You are better than
and
this.
Also, luckily, Masana is sort of distracted right now because she
wants
assumes,
to know where the dream spike is.
Yeah, she thinks Egwene knows about the dream spike, so she's like asking a bunch of questions, but Egwene isn't responding or even taking. Like, I don't think she hears a single word that Masana says.
No,
she doesn't respond.
Yeah.
She's like, she doesn't say, "What's a dream spike? What are you talking?" Like, she doesn't say anything.
No, and at this point, she's just trying to mentally pep herself up a little.
A little positive self-talk with one voice screaming like we're doomed and the other like, we can figure this out.
We can do it.
Yeah.
And then Masana starts using the Adam to cause pain because Egwene isn't answering her questions about the dream spike. And then Egwene is like, I'm super tough and badass. I've been through a lot of terrible pain. I even laughed while getting beaten. So
yeah,
I can stand this.
And she's been through it with the Shanshan already. She's been through this.
Yeah.
So she can do this.
And then her brain tells her, Aes Sedai can suffer all things, and only then can they be the servant of all.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, Egwene.
So then,
whatever gets her in control over fear, she can, like, at this point, I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm. Normally it irritates me a little.
Right.
But here it's good. She defies the Adam and doesn't give it power over her.
Yeah, and that kind of causes Masana to, like, hesitate because what should be happening isn't really happening. And then Egwene makes it vanish.
Yeah.
And
well, no, she doesn't make it vanish.
Like the pain. She makes the pain vanish.
And then she makes it completely unclick from her neck.
Yeah, so she explains to Masana very nicely.
Very monologue-y.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny what she goes on a rant here about, because does Masana even really know what Moghedien went through and how that all happened? Because the fact that she's like, it occurs to me that Moghedien made a mistake. Like, Masana would be like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we don't know that she knows anything about Moghedien's capture.
Yeah, and the fact that she's like, say this a lot, she accepted the Adam. And in this place, the Adam is meaningless. It's only a piece of metal. It's like, yeah, okay.
she's right.
Yeah, and then Masana's like, oh, you are more practiced here than I thought.
Right, but then it
But
unlocks.
the whole Mogedian thing, like, what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that part is mostly, it's for Egwene's self-talk. It's
Sure,
so
okay.
that she can get in her own mind.
And for us.
And for us,
Yeah.
that she can get through this damn thing in Teleron, because it's not real.
Yeah.
It's not real here.
Okay.
Unless you make it real.
Right. So now it's a bit of a standoff, and Masana is like insulting Egwene, calling her a child, and Egwene is like, I'm the Amerlin.
Yeah. It's like, Amerlin of
Of
children.
children.
Like, nailed that one. Yeah.
And then Egwene is like, well, you lived most of your life in a safe little peaceful world.
Yeah.
Funny you think yourself so strong when your life was so easy.
I actually really like this because it's such a dig.
Yeah.
And Masana clearly gets upset about it. Like, my life wasn't easy.
Yeah.
I didn't have everything. Like,
Yeah.
But in reality, it kind of was. Like, you lived in the Age of Legends. It was way different. And now you've been here for a year in this world.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know all the stuff and things, but, like, what did you go through?
Right.
So,
Right. So basically they're just pushing against each other, trying to make each other break.
yeah, it's a contest of wills at this point.
And Masana says, you will bend. And Egwene's like, nope, I won't.
I really like what she says here. She says, so this isn't about Egwene, because Egwene is a child. This is about you versus the Amerlin
And
seat.
when they say child, she's like, what are you, like 20?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She is approximately 20.
Yeah.
And that's what Egwene says, but she also tells her age doesn't matter. It's the Amerlin seat. You are putting your might against the tower, and the tower, which is me, will not bend. Yeah, so I really appreciate that. So they just like keep pushing, and then Egwene knows that
They're
Masana's
pushing
an
each
insect.
other in their minds. They're pushing their
Mind
minds
pushing.
against each other.
It's a contest of wills.
Like they're not like pushing physically each
Yeah.
other. Yeah.
You know, we all got that. We
Okay.
all understood that part.
Good.
It's not a pushing contest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a pushing contest.
Got it.
Of minds and wills.
And Egwene's like, good thing I'm a mountain and you're an insect.
Exactly. And then
Something snaps softly
Yeah.
in the room. And it is Masana's brain.
her brain broke.
It's broken.
She did it.
Masana drops to the ground, eyes still open, staring with sightless eyes, and a little bit of drool is coming out of her mouth.
Yeah.
And Egwene sits down and takes a minute to catch her breath because that was crazy.
She did it. That was good.
That was a crazy experience.
I really like that.
Me too.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Nynaeve versus Mogedian fight sequence when they were trying to block each other.
Mm-hmm.
So there weren't weaves being tossed around everywhere. It was just literally
A
them
mental
standing.
battle, yeah.
It's a mental battle. So this was the best version, I think, that Egwene could go up against the Forsaken in this place, in this manner.
Yep.
Because I don't think that she would necessarily beat Masana in a weave off.
Yep.
Like,
Well, especially like in the real world.
yeah, like Masana
No.
does have no more weaves. She knows more stuff about channeling than
Yep.
Egwene does.
And is much stronger and yeah.
Yeah,
That
but
would be
like Contest of Wills, Egwene is too stubborn to lose that.
Good.
So I get it. I
Great.
like that this is where it happened.
Yeah. And so by this point, I do think it is Masana.
Okay.
Just because of all the things she was saying
Mm-hmm.
about how, like, you're a child, you don't know, like, that's how Forsaken talk.
For sure.
So it's not Masana, it's a different Forsaken.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear
Yeah.
at this point. Like, there's no weaves falling off
Yeah.
of her.
And even the description of this person that we get, I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it's Masana.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
It's like dark hair.
She's
blue
been
eyes or
undercover for
something.
so long.
Yeah, and even Egwene doesn't recognize her. I was like, come on, give me. And then they're like,
Yeah.
oh, we're just going to have to see.
Yeah.
There's a drooling child mess over
It
here.
was LVRN who saw her face, and he's like, oh, I saw her face finally. I don't recognize her. And you're like, come on. Trying to identify Masana.
Oh, right. And then here,
Yeah.
too, Egwene
Yeah.
sees her.
Yeah.
And is like, I don't really.
Nothing.
Yeah, we don't know if that's actually who she is or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna be real embarrassed when you find out who it really is. You're gonna be like, oh, I recognize her now.
Are we never going to know?
That's for you to
Oh.
find out.
I'm so worried we're never going to know. After all of that. No.
It'll be like there's like 3 people with their brains broken or something, and then we'll never find out the actual. No? Okay.
Ugh. Okay, whatever. So I guess we'll find out or we won't. I'm also still waiting to find out who killed Mogedian. Nope, the other one. Asmodean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
I still don't know. Okay, so finally, Egwene picks up Masana's body with air and then shifts them both back to the tower
Yeah.
where the Aes Sedai and the Wise Ones are, like the muster point.
Mm.
And then Mullane is like, who's that?
Yeah.
And
This is
Egwene's like,
Masana.
it's Masana.
Did it.
And then they're like, what the heck happened? And
Yeah.
she goes, broke her brain.
Broke her brain. And Bear's
Bear's
like,
I've
seen
seen
that.
something like this
Saw that
happen.
once before. Her brain broke.
It reminds me of the Ogier in The Ways who encountered the Black Wind.
A little bit. A little bit of brain
and
breakage.
And came out with a broken brain.
That was more like empty shell, like your soul got eaten.
Sure.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
But different, but
I
same.
get what you're saying. So Barry knows that this is what's happening.
Yeah.
And this is how she's going to, she's not going to recover from this.
Yeah.
But I think we all know that.
I hope so.
Yeah. I would simply execute her anyways.
Yeah, oh yeah, they better.
Right?
Oh no.
Oh no.
What are they going to do? Change her diapers forever? No, they have so many other things.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. That's going to be annoying.
All right, so
Egwene,
let's finish this perspective.
This win. I just want to enjoy it.
You don't get to enjoy anything.
Yeah.
No.
I know.
Okay. So Egwene tells them, hey, Masana gave the orders to retreat, so that's why everybody's retreating right now.
That's why they're gone.
Yeah, and Bear says, okay, well, it's time to end the fight. Like, we did it. We won.
We're going to leave for now, too.
We're going to leave, yeah.
And then Egwene thanks the wise ones for their help, and then Mullane is like, well, no, it's definitely us and the world that is in your debt, Egwene.
Yeah, that's nice. I like how Bear also really wishes that Egwene came back to them as the wise ones. She's like, shoot, why couldn't you just come back to us?
Well, it's interesting, too, because Amis does tell Egwene, maybe we have to stop thinking of you as an apprentice.
Right, it's like, maybe.
Because you just destroyed a Forsaken with your mind.
In Tel'aran'rhiod.
And that's pretty cool.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so good for Egwene.
Okay, so that's the end of this fight perspective.
Yeah.
And before we hop into our next one, get it? Hop. I did it again.
Yep.
We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be right back.
Okay.
This is Nikki Glazer from the Nikki Glazer Podcast. Hey, so we quickly want to touch on something serious. We talked about it when it came out, but wow, that commercial with Tom Brady and Snoop Dogg for Stand Up to All Hate has really stuck with me. Those two just having it out with each other and telling each other why they hate each other and all the reasons, you're just like, wow, this is what most hate is based off of. Fear, insecurity, and jealousy. It's really just got to stop. Too many people from too many different groups are facing too much hate in our country, and especially online. So join me in standing up to all hate. If you see it, speak up, call it out. Use one of the most powerful tools there is in this fight, your voice. You can learn more by following @What'sUpWithHate or show your support by posting the blue square emoji and using the hashtag #StandUpToAllHate.
How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody. Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back, and we're now helping him and his family after a terrible accident. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Everybody who comes to our firm at their time of need is a somebody. I grew up poor, but my grandmother was like a queen to us. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. For right at 30 years, we have fought them in courtrooms throughout America. Our results speak for themselves. And always remember this, everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Okay, so we are back, and we are going to change perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go into Perrin.
Yeah, into the nightmare.
Right where we left off.
Yes, the real nightmare, not just the
this
disaster.
This is also exciting.
Yeah.
This almost feels like it could have been end of book.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I know we're not quite there yet, but it's very wrap-up-y, you know?
I like it.
But that gives me hope that we're going to go to Matt and rescue Moiraine.
Of course,
after all of this. Okay, anyway, so we're with Perrin. He's in the nightmare, a real one.
Yes, the real nightmare.
That he shoved Slayer into.
Right.
They're running through crowds of terrified people in Tar Valon.
Tar Valon's on fire.
Yep.
That's important. There's big chasms opening up in the ground.
Tarmangaiden.
It is Tarmangaiden, and this is what you should expect Tarmangaiden to look like.
Yeah, and
right?
You know what? Dragonmount is an active volcano.
Right, and it is volcanoing all over the place.
Currently, filling the smoke with sky, rivers of lava.
Yeah,
whole thing.
That's what I said. It's volcanoing. Yeah. That's what a volcano does.
Okay, so Perrin doesn't let himself get drawn in too much because this is what we trained for.
We did a montage of training practice.
Now, in hindsight,
right,
I medium see.
He had to learn how to mop the ice.
He had to learn how to mop the ice.
Yeah,
I get it. I still didn't enjoy it, though. You know.
But do you enjoy this scene?
This one's pretty good.
Then it was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Perrin doesn't let himself get drawn in too much, but he also doesn't want to destroy the nightmare because he needs to use it to defeat Slayer.
Yeah, so he's hoping that he has the advantage because what Slayer doing running around practicing a nightmare is probably not.
Yeah, what montages has he done?
None.
None, probably. He just stays away from them, so he's not used to it.
Which is very smart.
Yeah, well, unless you need to go into one.
To practice.
To practice
your skills. Honing your skills.
Right.
Okay, so he finally spots Slayer leaning against the wall, like cowering almost against the wall.
Yeah.
And he has the dream spike around his waist in a satchel or something. And
yeah.
Perrin does a little test by imagining or knowing that the wall behind Slayer is hot.
Right. Because he's got his hand on the wall.
Yeah. And it works. It burns Slayer's hand.
Yep.
And then he's like, ugh. And just for a moment, he can see that Slayer believes this nightmare is real.
Mm-hmm. And then Slayer gets sucked into the nightmare.
A little bit more.
Well, a lot more, because he gets thrown into the pit that they're all falling into.
Oh, yeah.
So Slayer gets sucked into that part of it where he's now hanging from the rift.
Right. Sinkhole.
Yeah, yep. Sinkhole, chasm of fire and doom.
Yep.
That's good. It's working.
Okay, so now Perrin is going to be super sneaky, and he disguises himself as a random man.
Two Rivers man.
Two Rivers dude that he knows.
He knows that. He knows this way of doing
and
things.
Now he's working on his acting skills.
Right.
Because he has to act like another person in this nightmare.
But he can't be too caught up in it, because then he's going to get sucked in too.
Right, so it's just like pretending that he's scared.
Right.
And then he reaches for Slayer like he's going to help him.
Right, get out of the rift.
Get out of the sinkhole. And he hauls him up, but just as he's doing that, he snatches the dream spike.
Nice. And in one hand, and then the other hand, he makes a knife. In his other hand, yes.
And then Slayer's eyes go wide as he notices that Perrin has the dream spike. And then Perrin rams the knife into Slayer's stomach.
Yeah. So, okay, so here's the thing. It is a little bit dramatic, but I like this because he couldn't... Because my thought was, why can't he just push Slayer into the empty chasm of fire? Mm-hmm. Right? If we're doing things, why don't we just finish him off that way? The issue is he has to be sneaky, because if Perrin just goes up to attack Slayer, that would almost take Slayer out of the nightmare portion back into the, this is Perrin.
We're fighting Perrin.
Yeah. So then he could maybe zip-zap out of here himself. So we really have to get the jump on Slayer here.
Okay. And so the fact that this all happened, Slayer is angry.
Yeah.
And Perrin is pretty injured.
Oh, right, from previous.
Just from
everything.
This whole thing that we've been going through.
Yeah, yeah.
And then another hole in the ground opens up nearby. And then Perrin realizes that there's heat and lava down there. And
this lava's like that lava.
Oh my gosh, it's Dragonmount.
The Dragonmount lava.
And then Perrin chucks the dream spike down into the lava.
Cast it into the fire.
That's how we destroy the ring.
He did it.
But I don't think...
the dream spike.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, I know.
Listen, we already did that reference last episode.
That's true.
But the fact that we actually...
You don't get to do a shot twice.
But the fact that we went through with it, and that's actually how we destroy the dream spike.
I love it. Because it's here in the real world, and lava's going to burn it up real good, you know? Mm-hmm. It's got to work. It's got to work.
Very Lord of the Rings.
I love it.
Yeah.
And it does work, because now the nightmare's vanishing. Slayer is shouting, no! And then they're back in regular Tel'aran'rhiod, and the purple dome is gone now, too.
Ooh.
So it worked.
And so Slayer steps up, and he starts stomping on Perrin.
Yeah, because now he's angry.
Kicking him?
Yeah, he's kicking him, because he just destroyed the dream spike. Yeah, and Perrin's near dead right now.
Yeah, well, and he hears Hopper somewhere telling him to go. You must go. And then Perrin's like, I can't leave you. And then Hopper's like, and yet I must leave you. You have found your answer. Seek Boundless.
Right. He will explain the answer. So Boundless was one of the wolves that's been with us for a little while. So. Yeah. Okay. And then this is super sad, because then Hopper's sendings seem to fade from his mind, and then Perrin wills himself out of the wolf dream and away.
Yeah.
So he gets out because the purple dome's gone. The dream spec is destroyed.
That's right.
So is this, for you, confirmation of Hopper being dead again?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now? Okay.
Yes.
So that's pretty sad then.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You're not crying right now.
I'm not.
You're not visibly distraught.
Actively weeping.
Right.
It's true.
Okay. Just want the people to know.
I know, but
that.
what a way to go.
Right.
He really helped.
He really helped. We destroyed the dream spike.
We did.
Which is good, but
we
didn't destroy Slayer.
Not yet, but he's injured, you know?
Right.
We stabbed him in the stomach.
Got him decently good. It'll take him at least 24 hours to heal from that.
No. I think that we did some damage.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I'm feeling like his death wasn't meaningless.
Yeah.
And this was also...
Right.
He wasn't really alive anyway.
Right.
So...
Yeah, okay.
Sad, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely sad.
What about the Boundless thing? Why are we sending...
Clue.
Okay.
No idea.
Like, why are we sending Perrin to Boundless?
Not even a little bit of an idea of what that means.
That's his next training mentor for the next set of montages.
You have your answer, but you don't know what it means, so somebody's gonna explain the answer. And I was like, what answer?
Yeah, the answer to the question.
What question?
Why do I have to learn how to mop the ice?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess that one we'll find out. That one I have no clue.
Right, okay.
Okay, so he's gonna pull himself away, and then we are going to perspective change back to Egwene.
Right, which I
was waiting for, because I was hold on a moment. Yeah.
So, just to recap, she was asleep in her room. Gawain saved her by killing a bunch of blood knives.
Yep.
And then was dying on the ground.
Yes.
She was still in the world of dreams.
Yes.
And now she's waking up in her bed where all these bodies should be.
That's right.
And she doesn't open her eyes right away.
She does wake up in the room where all the bodies should be.
Yeah.
That does happen. So let's get to it.
Okay.
Now, Egwene wakes up and she's like, I have to think about everything that just happened. It's such a big deal.
But I got to keep my eyes closed and stuff
for a second. And I'm so glad that we won. But then she's like, it's so dark in here.
Right.
That's weird. I thought I kept a lamp on.
Yeah, I thought so too.
And also, it smells weird in here.
Yeah.
Like blood. Then death.
Right.
And
so a couple thoughts before we get into the action sequence of her seeing.
Okay, sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she's got to come up with a plan to tell the Hall about why Siobhan, Carlinia, and Nicola are all dead now.
Yeah, they're not going to wake up.
Yeah, and then...
Also, let's go find the lady who...
Exactly.
Can't speak anymore.
With the broken brain.
Yeah.
Because that is the person who is Masana.
Right.
Okay.
They're here actively sleeping in this tower.
Right, which we're pretty sure she definitely maybe is. Because she's been hiding in the tower.
Sort of. Yes and no.
I know. Yeah. But also no.
Oh, I doubt she was just living here. I doubt she's just asleep here in the tower.
Well, maybe if she's disguised as a sister.
This is why I'm never going to find out who she is.
Oh, no, she's not even in the building. We got to find one random person in the world with a broken brain? Terrible.
And there's probably so many of them.
Probably at least 4 or 5.
Ugh.
You'd have to assume. Okay, now she can open her eyes because she's it smells weird in here.
No, I didn't even think of that. I was like, oh, good, at least we'll find her. No, there's actually a really good chance we won't.
Yeah.
She could have been sleeping anywhere.
Could be sleeping anywhere. Because, gateways exist and such. It's fine. It's not a matter for right now to worry about.
I'm worried, but okay.
Sure.
I'm actually more worried about that than this. After all of that, oh my gosh, it still goes on.
Yeah.
You think there's a wrap up, and then you're like, never mind, just joking.
Okay, so, what's that smell? Why is it so dark in here? She makes a ball of light. And then,
oh my God, she's shocked by the scene. There's blood everywhere.
Yeah.
All over her white gauze.
There's 2 heads rolling around on the ground.
3 bodies.
5 bodies.
5 bodies, 3 are in black, 1 is a tower guard, and then the last one is
Gawain! Oh my goodness.
And it's like, what the heck? So she scrambles down and starts weaving healing, but she's not very skilled with it, and he's way past anything she can do.
Yeah, well, Egwene's never been really good at healing, but
I was like, oh,
I just want you to
this
know.
will be like she'll heal him.
Right, okay. I want you to know something, that I have been thinking about this for a long time, and I know what I want my dying words to be, and I'm taking inspiration from Gawain.
Okay.
And my dying words are going to be this. I just want you to know that I was right and you were wrong. That's the most important thing he says here.
Shoot.
And it's so Gawain.
Gross.
It is perfectly in line with the person he is.
That's literally the worst.
It's terrible. It's terrible. Okay. He says some other things, but like that's the gist of it. It's like, dude, why do we have to be so smug about it?
So Egwene's trying to heal him.
Right.
Then she starts calling, Amerlin needs help. The Amerlin needs help.
Yeah, and your double guard isn't on duty right now. There's no one here. Yeah, Gawain tells her that.
Then Gawain wakes up a little, and he's like, the message I sent. You didn't leave enough lights on.
It's like, dude, that wasn't the point. That wasn't the issue.
And this even confused me, because Egwene is like, we never got a message. And this was the whole thing I was talking about last time, about timeline and messages and
Where
stuff.
did the messenger go? The message was never received.
I don't know. And I don't care too much.
Well, it doesn't matter now.
That's true.
But we should be suspicious of that messenger lady, maybe. Maybe she just got straight up murdered. Like, who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the issue.
Or maybe she was like, ooh, I'm in Camelin for the day.
I'm going to
I'm going to go down to the pub for a moment.
Take a little me time.
Yeah, I have a friend I wanted to meet here.
And Gawain asked me to stay behind for like 8 to 12 hours.
And so I'm going to go see my friend, and then I'll go back with the message.
Yeah.
And then by the time she goes back, gateways can't open.
Oh, man, shoot. That would be just the worst. Oh, no, look what happened by accident.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened. Okay, nothing nefarious at all. Just like a regular person wanting to meet up with a friend who doesn't get to travel very often.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Okay.
like when you have a layover at an airport.
Yeah.
And you're like, is this layover long enough for me to leave this airport and see something and make it back in time?
It's always risky.
Yeah.
Always risky. Okay, so Gawain's like, hey, I love you, but also the assassins weren't the Forsaken, and I was right.
Which, you know what? Yeah. That part is really stupid. But the fact that he even says this out loud and gets the message to her is a win for me.
Okay.
Because if he just like dies here and she still doesn't know, like that would be annoying.
Yeah. I mean, she puts some stuff together too, because she now realizes
that they're Shanshan.
Yeah, and if Gawain hadn't been here to stop the assassins, she would be dead in her sleep.
And she would have never killed Masana.
Yeah. So that's
a whole thing.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
So anyway, Gawain's like, I'm sorry for disobeying you.
It's like, no, you're not.
And saving your life.
Yeah, I know. Just the worst.
Yeah.
It's like, while she's trying to heal.
That's not a real apology. And she's like, don't worry. I'm going to bond you. It's the only way to save you.
Hey, don't you love it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Okay. I mean, I didn't think he was going to die.
Right. You did say that.
I actually thought she was going to heal him here.
Right. And in a way.
And he's like, no, he's all noble.
Right.
Don't do it unless that's what you want.
Yeah. And it's so sweet.
And she's like, I do. And he's like, swear it.
Okay, yeah. And she wants him as her warder, and she always has.
Her husband.
And as her husband. It's true love.
And then she bonds him.
It's true love.
And then she can suddenly feel his emotions and his pain, and she knows that he can feel her love for him too.
Right.
So nice.
Just in case we weren't sure.
I just wish it was, it's meant to be romantic.
It's as romantic as the relationship that Egwene and Gawain, is as much as they can do.
I wish, you know what I wish?
Yeah.
That I wasn't in the middle of reading a bunch of other, romantasy.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is, the lamest declaration of love.
For sure. I can understand that.
It's not great. They don't even have sex here right away.
No, they don't. Yeah. Not around the dead bodies and stuff.
That wouldn't stop other people.
Wow. Okay.
Probably. We'd go to the, bathroom.
I don't know.
We'd get washed up.
Yeah.
We'd have to go to a different room.
Okay.
But
okay.
Anyway,
this is why you're
pretty
not an
lame,
author.
and it's not romantic at all, and it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I bet there are some people who just love this so much.
It's not for you though.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, my major issue is it's Gawain and Egwene.
It doesn't hit the romance, and it's you know what was more romantic? Elaine saving Brigida.
Yeah, that was
pretty
that
great.
was pretty good.
That was amazing.
That was pretty good.
And this, I'm glad it happened. And in the moment, I was like, okay, I guess this makes sense now.
Okay.
Well, we can move on.
Yeah, we can. I'm done with that.
So does that mean that Gawain's automatically just going to live now that he's a warder?
I mean, what do you mean? Okay, so warders get supernatural healing.
Yeah, but after they're hurt?
Yeah. He's not going to be fine in the next 30 seconds.
Okay.
But being a warder is going to... Being a warder is going to allow him to probably accept healing better. Because you know that healing will put a shock on your body. And sometimes even if you're close to death, healing won't bring you out of it. Because the shock will kill you. Mm-hmm. But basically this is going to help him not die right now.
Okay. Because my other initial thought was he's dying. And she's like, oh, but... in your last moments, I want you to know that I love you and I'm going to bond you. But I'm like, but if he's your warder and then he dies, that really affects you.
Yeah. No, it doesn't seem like that.
Okay.
He should be fine.
Okay.
He should be okay.
Kind of like Helena and Brigida.
Yeah, exactly.
The only way to save her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it gives you that extra boost of...
something.
Healing ability. The warder healing ability is pretty, like, ill-defined. Like, it's not really... it's not really defined very well.
That's one way to say it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, back into Perrin's perspective.
Yeah, yep. He's got to wake up now.
And you know what? In this chapter, we've had 2 Perrin perspectives and no Fael perspectives.
Right? Switching it up a little bit.
How about that? Mm-hmm. So weird. Okay, so Perrin wakes up and he's crying. And Fael is here beside him with Missouri.
Yeah.
Who immediately grabs his head and heals him.
Yeah, there's like a little side thing here because the wise one Adara is here too, and she stopped Missouri from healing Perrin while he was in the dream because she mentions that it wouldn't work. So that's kind of an interesting, like, we don't really know how that works, but we also know that you can't really heal yourself in Tel'aran'rhiod. So,
and they also don't really know what's happening to his body there.
Yeah. It's a weird thing that's happening here, but...
Okay, so Perrin looks around, he realizes it's been more than an hour, and he tells them they were supposed to leave by now.
Right.
And Fael was like, what? We're supposed to just, like, leave you here sleeping by yourself?
That was the order, yeah.
I know, but no.
Oh, yeah, no, it was dumb order, but...
Yeah.
The good news is the gateways are working again now. We know that they should be because the purple dome is gone.
Yes.
And... everyone is moving through, and we only have like a few thousand soldiers left on this side.
Oh, you know what we didn't talk about? How when the nightmare disappeared, we know the dream spike was for sure destroyed because it was just a crumple of metal.
Yeah.
Like
well, and the purple dome was gone.
Well, yeah, that too, but there was a whole specific thing
and Slayer
about that.
was angry.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it's smushed. It's done. So yeah, all the soldiers, well, only a couple thousand soldiers are still here. Everyone else is through gateways because we're going to White Bridge.
Right.
And we are good to go, pretty much.
Okay, so Perrin tells them that they have to get away from here because Slayer isn't working alone and there's probably going to be something else that's going to happen here.
Well, there's the trap because he was sure the trap was waiting to be set until they were fighting the White Cloaks or until like one of the sides was done or defeated so they'd be weaker. And now since the fight isn't happening, Perrin is assuming that things are going to go down now. So we got to get out of here.
We got to go.
We got to go right now.
Now, Fael is like, something else is wrong.
Right.
You seem sad.
Mm-hmm. And I know that.
Uh-huh. And Perrin's like, I lost a friend for the second time.
Yeah, and she knows that's Hopper.
And she's like,
that's
Hopper?
So sad.
He's like, yep, Hopper's gone.
Yeah.
So that's sad.
Mm-hmm.
But we get lots of stuff going on. Perrin's super paranoid. It's all dark out. Mm-hmm. And so then he makes one of the Ashermen put light everywhere.
Yeah, like he's looking for a trap. Yeah.
Whatever. And so then they make a gateway and they go through. So...
yeah, and then in White Bridge, like, they get to the other side.
Well, I say probably White Bridge.
Or close to White Bridge. That's what they think. We think it's not White Bridge? That's where they're going.
I don't know. So it's time to get moving.
Okay.
Perrin can still smell the wrongness in the air.
Yeah, he thought it was the dream spike that was causing it.
But no, it smells like the blight here.
Yeah.
And so... we're getting out of here. We open up a gateway and we move through to the new camp that's set up alongside a river. And we can see lights of a city that is, quote, probably White Bridge in the distance.
Yeah.
And so I just had to note, like, okay, we think it is, but it seems like we've escaped no matter where we are.
Right. It's all a little bit...
it smells better here.
Yeah. It's still odd.
Now, if we are camped by a river...
right.
almost near White Bridge...
sure.
Do you remember where we were traveling to when we first saw the Tower of Genji?
So you think Perrin should go?
No, I think he's going to run it. Because they still don't know how Matt's getting there. He might have to cross through, and then he's going to run into this giant camp.
Right.
And he'll be like, yo, Perrin.
What's up?
We're going on a mission. Gonna save our pal Maureen.
Okay, see ya.
Yeah, but you can't come.
No,
the letter said you can't.
You really can't come. Yeah.
But...
it's like, why did you tell me about it?
We might cross paths.
Okay, a little crossover.
That'd be
cute.
I feel like maybe, because Whitebridge is like pretty specific.
Sure.
Unless we just threw out a random place that we've been to before, you know? Because we're going to Camelin, that's the idea.
Yeah, at least allegedly.
Why didn't we just open a gateway to closer to Camelin?
I'm pretty sure that was mentioned. Like, you don't just show up with an army of soldiers outside a city like that. Like, you don't do that.
But you got Morgaze.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, but it's fine.
Okay.
Just go with it, okay?
And Morgaze would know.
Yeah, just go with it.
Where to pop up.
Just go with it.
I hate that so much.
Yeah.
But I will. Okay. So, seems like we've escaped, but at what cost?
Right.
Okay.
The death of Hopper.
Right. Now, we're going to have a last little perspective.
Okay.
From Grandal, which I like, but I don't like because it's too short and it's bad. And it doesn't really give me any information that I actually want.
Well, okay. Yeah, let's dissect this a little bit here.
Okay, so we're with Grandal and blah, 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 blah. We get a bunch of descriptions about where she is.
Right. The chair, the leather cushions are stuffed with the down of the Kalir, which is only living in Ishara right now.
It's super rare, but she doesn't even care.
I think
got a lot
down
in her
means
mind.
like feathers, right? Like,
yes, that's what that means.
So a Kalir must be a bird?
Probably.
Some sort of goose-type creature?
Could be.
Assuming?
Because you're thinking goose down.
Goose down. That's the only...
Yeah.
I don't know any...
Duck.
Duck down. It's a duck? Kalir is a duck or a goose? Or...
Probably a goose.
Okay.
Maybe a swan.
Nice. Okay, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Super rare.
I like that too.
I don't know. Are swans even rare? I don't even know. Okay.
They're rare here.
Now,
I think.
we get some descriptions, and so she has another person in the room with her, and it's her, quote, servant on loan from Moradin.
Yeah, so it's Slayer.
And you know what? His eyes
Yeah.
are described as tempestuous.
Nice.
Yep. And they're only half lowered.
Because the word tempest then comes up twice in this perspective.
That's
right.
right,
Like a
it
paragraph
does.
long.
Yes.
I love
it
that.
Does.
Okay.
Now, you just said this is Slayer.
Yeah.
With just not even a even thought that like
you
we
didn't
should
think it
know
was-
that this is Slayer.
Of course it's Slayer. He's literally the servant who's on loan from Moradin. I recapped for this for you like last
Did you
time.
know though that in this whole perspective, no names are mentioned and he's just referred to as the servant?
Yeah, the servant who's like knows he's special and he's kind of a dick and he knows he's not in trouble because the mission failed. We know that her plan was to attack and kill Perrin because of the dark prophecy that Perrin has to die.
I didn't know.
It's very, very explicit.
I didn't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I do.
Yeah. How did you not know this was Slayer?
I mean, it makes sense.
Of course it does. He's the only servant who's been on loan from Moradin.
Yeah, no. I thought like, oh, well, maybe he's got extra beautiful people lying around. Like, at first, I have no idea what's happening.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I should have some idea.
You should, yeah.
But I thought he was just, like, stabbed. So,
okay.
I thought he'd be more injured.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't seem as injured as I want him to be.
No, and he's barely under control. She knows that he's barely under control because he knows he's unique and he's special and he's a special guy.
Okay.
So.
Well, she is not going to fail.
Yeah, because she's got like 6 different plans and this is the plan. She's going to spring this trap anyways.
Yeah.
And he starts arguing with her.
Well, he's like, but. And she's like, no. Don't talk back to the Chosen, you dog.
Right. So she's got one trick left up her sleeve that was planned for like an emergency case scenario like this.
Okay.
Just in case this happened.
Okay. And it has to be done really super carefully because Perrin is a Taviran and...
Say it. You have to say it.
He's going to get away.
Nope, you got to say it.
She's going to need a tempest with him at the center of it. And then the blade will fall.
Yeah, you got to say the word tempest as much as possible.
So many times.
It's an important thing.
Yeah.
So she thinks this is not done yet, fallen blacksmith, not by an inch or by a league. And that was the dark prophecy that she talked with Moradin about the fact that Perrin is like destined to be killed by them. So therefore, how could they fail and all that?
Sure.
That was part of the whole loaning Slayer to her.
Interesting.
And the dream spike.
I don't remember any of that.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Cool. Super cool.
Super cool. Yeah.
Super duper duper.
So are we worried about like what the trap is? What is the trap for Perrin?
I have no idea.
No clue. Okay.
I wish I had some idea.
Yeah.
Have we had some ideas?
Well, I mean, now that you're like,
is?
I didn't even know this was Slayer. I don't know if I want to say anything else because it'll be a surprise anyway. So
it will be. It will be. I really am. Yeah, I really am not too sure. They're gonna try to steal Fail again.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, drive him mad.
Sure.
Kind of.
Okay. How about this for a little nugget of information for you? Next episode, 2 chapters.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
One is very short. The other is a little bit short. It's a little bit longer, but.
Okay.
The next
That's
one
exciting.
is pretty short, so I don't want to put it by itself.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's all you're getting.
Well, then that's good. And I mean, let me ponder this, because I feel like the problem is I never really quite understood what was going on here anyway. Mm-hmm. And now it's resolved.
Well,
so
that's because Perrin has had no idea what's happening the entire time either.
And then we're distracted with white cloaks and a trial and Morgaze and Galad and
the White Tower battle sequence that Perrin gets sucked into. Like it's a lot of combination of things.
And then it's like, oh, there's a dome here and we can't travel, and I don't know. There's just been a lot all going on all at once. Mm-hmm. It's very distracting.
Yeah.
It's hard for me.
But, it's almost over, I guess.
I just want Perrin's plotline to become more relevant.
Yeah, okay.
If he takes out a Forsaken, like if he takes out Grandel.
Right.
Or something.
Yeah.
I just need Perrin's plotline to become more relevant to the rest of the story.
Okay.
As opposed to just messing things up for Egwene by accident in the dream world, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited to read on.
All right.
We got a lot of exciting things coming up. Moving into March, a lot of exciting things. We got the season 3 premieres.
Yeah.
We're going on a trip.
Yep, we are.
So we got a lot of recording to do in a very short amount of time.
And some catch up to play here.
So much to do.
Yeah.
But fun. All right, so before you go ahead and wrap up a bunch of different battles, I'm going to say that this is part of the pattern now.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
Hey, thanks so much for sticking around. That's the end of another fun episode. The Wheel Weaves is hosted and edited by Dani and Brett and produced by Dani and Brett with Passion Socks, Cody Feltz, Benjamin, Jamie Young, Megan, Jared Berg, Ricky Morissette, Adam, Mozyme, Michelle Forbes, MKM, Antoine Benoit, Lawrence Bradley, Colby T, Gabby Young, Rycat, Zane Sayaka, Matrix, Matt Truss, The Albatross, Bratimus Prime, Chris G, Sarah Creech, Sims, and Saverio Bartolini. With music by Audionautics. Now, everyone, please be sure to go check out our Patreon page if you are interested in supporting us and the podcast. We'd love to send you some Patreon-exclusive merchandise as a thank you, plus you'll gain access to our episodes earlier than everyone else. And, at the time of recording, we have almost 50 bonus episodes for your listening pleasure. Find all that and more at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. As always, please be sure to give us a 5-star review because it really does make a huge difference in helping other people find us. And be sure to tell a friend, Riyadh, because referrals really are the best compliment. For general information about our show, like how to send us shot glasses, how to join our Discord, and how to get in touch with us, visit thewheelweavespodcast.com. Thanks again for listening. This really is part of the pattern now.
How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
The all-new 2025 Nissan Armada Pro 4X provides freedom. Freedom to explore, to go wherever you want, with your whole crew and all your toys. With a twin-turbo V6 engine, 8,500 pounds of towing capacity, and seating for 8, this unshakable fortress of a vehicle is built to take you on your next adventure. Drive the all-new 2025 Nissan Armada today. Learn more at nissanusa.com. Intelligent four-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.